Hey, what's up? It is your girl Beyonce Aloysius right here, and make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you've gone through, because let my mishaps and misfortune help you learn from my mistakes. But yeah, definitely make sure you subscribe so you can see all the other videos, everything else that's going on, because I am a new mom and I'm trying to document and chronicle, yes, my lovely, lovely chance. The good, the bad, and the wonderful, and sometimes the ugly, especially when it comes to poop missiles. And poop missiles are real. So you failed your glucose test, or you're worried about your glucose test. What is a glucose test? So a glucose test is basically trying to make sure that your pancreas is not changing while you're pregnant and developing diabetes. Now, why does this affect you? Well, because babies who are in mothers who have gestational diabetes tend to be heavier babies. They also tend to carry their weight in their shoulder, which possibly means that you're going to have a C-section, which was my scenario. We had a very large baby. And we don't like to call him large. We just like to call him advanced. You know, Chance is wonderful, but he was 10 pounds and 9 ounces. Now, could you imagine pushing a 10-pound, 9-ounce baby out? Some of you may have. My grandmother pushed out my mom and she was 11 pounds and 9 ounces naturally with no drugs, no epidural. I don't know how she did that, but she did it. But anyway, new age, new drugs, new scenarios. So yeah, so you're worried about gestational diabetes. Well, I took my first test and I passed it, which was weird because they said that my baby was way heavier than normal and should be. So I was probably like 28 weeks at the time. Now you can go up to 32, 33 weeks, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I went back to the doctor and I said, hey, do you think maybe because I took the test so early that I could have still possibly developed gestational diabetes and that's why the baby's so big? Do you know what the doctor told me? That's a good idea. You might be right. Why am I the patient telling you this? You should be telling me this. Obviously, if I have a large baby, you're trying to figure out how he gains 2.5 pounds in 2 weeks. There's an issue here. So I went back, I took my glucose test, obviously failed. Then, ladies, once you fail the first test, you have to go back and take a 3-hour glucose test. Now, is it a pain in the ass? Yes, but you can get through it. So we'll get to ways you can get around that 3 hours. But it goes by very quickly, actually. So when you go in to get your 3-hour glucose test, they're going to draw your blood. They're going to draw your blood from your fasting time when you first get in there, and then every hour for 3 hours after. I failed 2 out of the 3. And so they said that I didn't qualify for gestational diabetes. However, they also said that I was borderline and they were confused about my situation. So sometimes you fail, sometimes you pass. I was literally tap dancing on it by 2 points. So do I have it? I don't know. They tried to give me insulin, but here's the thing. Sometimes you could be right on the border and they prescribe you medication, but the problem is that if you get if you take medication and your glucose level is normal and it puts you below the line, you and your baby now are in danger because you could pass out. Main things that doctors try to get you to do when the main thing that doctors suggest while dealing with gestational diabetes, if you're really on the border, they really don't want you to take medicine if you don't have to. Great things to do, walking. If you're pregnant, you should really try to walk at least 3 to 5 times a week for 30 minutes. Also, eating. Don't eat whites, no sugar, no bread, no carbs. Fruits, vegetables, meat, protein, stuff like that can definitely help you, and especially keep your baby from gaining unnecessary weight, because if you don't have to have a C-section, then don't do it, but you have to keep these factors down. Also, consult with a dietitian in your doctor's office. They can help you make a plan that'll get you on track and get you where you need to know. Now, we're not trying to make you lose weight, but we do not want to increase your insulin levels in your body so that way it'll affect the gestational diabetes in your baby. All right, so those are just some tips. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you what I've gone through myself. Always make sure you check with your own pediatrician, your own gynecologist, your own OB, just to make sure that you're following the protocol that you need. And just because you failed a test does not mean you have gestational diabetes. I failed it. They even tried to give me insulin, but guess what? I didn't need it, and I'm perfectly healthy now with a healthy baby. Thank you, God. So definitely make sure you read up on everything that you need to know. Keep following my blog. I'll have more details, more articles, and ways that we can help you and things that we ran into during our pregnancy. But like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you failed your test and what you had to do. Did you have to get on insulin? I really want to know how that affected you. Or did you have to have a C-section? Because I did, and we're going to talk about my C-section and the complications that you might need to watch out for coming up in the next video, all right? But other than that, hope you have a great day. And pictures of Chance, we'll have those coming out soon. Do you want to see first week Chance or now Chance? Let me know. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get all the details for you. Coming up next, yes, the next video, C-sections, the recovery time, things to look out for, things you didn't know you're going to feel, and why am I sitting here and I still can't feel my abdomen? It's numb. We'll talk about all that more. Have a great day. Love you.